Hi there guys, this is Riath from tabletopminis.com and welcome to another Age of Sigmar battle report. So today we're going to bring you Stormcast Eternals versus the Khorne Gortide, and this is going to be a scenario called the Ritual. So there's a Realmgate that the Chaos are trying to reopen from the Realm of Fire into the Realm of Chaos, and the Hammers of Sigmar, or the Stormcast Eternals, they've come in to try and disrupt this ritual. So let's show you the army. So here we've got the Hammers of Sigmar army, and they're led by Vandus Hammerhand on Dracoth, and he's accompanied by a Knight Castellans and a Gryph-hound. And then we have 2 units of Liberators here with a champion. And then we've got a unit of Prosecutors with Prosecutor Prime. And then we've also got Ionis Cryptborn, which is Lord Relictor. And we have 3 Retributors. So these guys are going to be trying to stop the ritual, stop the Realmgate from being reopened. And here we've got the Khorne Gortide Warband. So that's led by Korghus Khul. And he's accompanied by Threk Skullbrand, the Blood Secretor. And then we've got a Bloodstoker and his Korgorath. And we've got a unit of 5 Blood Warriors with a champion. And finally we've got our 20 Blood Reavers with full command. And that's the Chaos. And here we've got the battlefield set up. So we're playing on a 6x4 table, and we're set in the Realm of Fire. And the Realmgate, which is what the Chaos is trying to reopen by sort of carrying out this ritual, is just here on the mountain next to Mount Doom. And we've also got an Ophidian archway over there, and we've got some bubbling geysers, 5 of them in the middle here, that can erupt during any hero phase. So let's show you deployment. So the battlefield's been divided in 2 here, down the line marked with the dice. And the Hammers of Sigmar, they're the disruptor army, so they're going to come up and they're going to try and stop the Chaos from opening that Realmgate or disrupting the ritual. So they need to start more than 6 inches away from enemy territory, and the idea is they're going to make their way up there to stop the Realmgate from being opened. So every turn in the hero phase, the Chaos are going to roll a dice, and they +1 for every wizard or priest within 12 inches of the Realmgate. And they keep a note of that value, and then when they get to 20, which could take sort of 4 turns or more depending on the rolls, then the ritual's complete and the Realmgate's open and the Chaos win a major victory. So the Hammers of Sigmar, they need to stop the Chaos from doing that. So we're going to roll to see what mystical scenery we have here. So the volcano Mount Doom here, let's see what that is. It's a 6, which is sinister. Then we have the mountain that the Realmgate is on top of. That is a 6 as well, so that's sinister. And then we'll do this rocky outcrop here. That is 1, which is damned. And then we'll also do this hill at the back here, which is a 5, which is mystical. And then the Ophidian archway, we're not going to use the rules for the Ophidian archway, it's just for a terrain feature here. So let's see what that is. That is deadly. Okay, so rolling to see who sets up the first unit. So we're going to take it in turns here to set up. 6 for the Chaos, 1 for the Hammers of Sigmar, so Chaos will set up first. So we have finished deployment, and Chaos finished deployment first, so they can choose who starts. And we have the Hammers of Sigmar over here. They've set up their entire army apart from the Retributors, who have been deployed in the Celestial Realm, so they can deep strike in at any point. So we're going to be playing by the Realm of Fire rules, just like our last battle report. So that means that any shooting over 12 inches can re-roll to wound rolls of a 1, and also all pieces of scenery block line of sight because they're steaming and they're hot and smoky. And also our bubbling geysers here, we roll the dice at the start of every hero phase, and one of them erupts, causing D3 mortal wounds to any units within 6 inches. So, Chaos will start first, so into battle round 1 for the Chaos. Another thing to mention here is that the general of the Hammers of Sigmar, he's got a command ability called Shatter the Artifact. So if he can get within 3 inches of that Realmgate, then on a 2+ in his hero phase, he shatters it, and basically the Hammers of Sigmar, they immediately win a major victory. Okay, so let's start by rolling to see which geyser explodes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the middle, reroll in 6s. So we've got a 4, which is
that one.
This one just here. So that's D3 mortal wounds on the Blood Reavers here. That is 1 wound, so that one of them is dead. The Korghus as well, he takes a D3 mortal wounds, which is he's down to 7 wounds. So next we'll roll to see how much of the ritual has been completed. So that's a D6, and we add 1 for any priests or wizards within 12 inches from the corn side, and we also subtract 1 for every priest or wizard within 36 inches of the enemy side. So the Lord Relictor here, he's 36 inches away, so that's a D6 minus 1. So we get 1. So we need to get to 20 to complete the ritual, and we've got 1, or 5% of the way there. And Korghus Khul now, he's going to use Inspiring Presence on the Blood Reavers here, because they took a casualty, so I don't want to take a battle shock test for them. And next, my Blood Secretor is going to put down his Portal of Skulls. And next, the Bloodstoker here is going to whip the unit of Blood Reavers. So what that does is it means they can add 3 to their run or charge, and they can also reroll to wound rolls of a 1. And I'm not going to do any movement here, because I'm trying to just complete this ritual. I'm just going to hold this defensive position here. And I don't have any shooting within range, so no charges to declare, and it's into battle round 1 for the Hammers of Sigmar. So let's see which geyser blows up here. And it is a 2, which is this one over here.
So that's just going to hit my Lord Relictor, so that's D3 mortal wounds on him.
That's 3 wounds on the Lord Relictor.
3 wounds, so he is down to...
The Lord Relictor is down to 2 wounds. These geysers are nasty. So next, the Lord Castellan here, he's going to cast his Warding Lantern. And what that does is it can either be cast on an enemy Chaos unit or on a friendly Stormcast unit. And he's going to cast it on the Liberators here, and what that will do is they basically get bathed in healing energies, and they can add 1 to all save rolls, and in addition, until your next hero phase, each time you make a save roll of a 7 or more, 1 model in that unit heals a wound. So that's basically roll a 6 to wound, and then you add 1. So that's quite nice. And Vandus Hammerhand here, the general, he's going to use his command ability, Lord of the Host. So until the next hero phase, you don't have to take any battle shock test for this model or any friendly unit that's within 24 inches. So now the Lord Relictor, he's going to cast Healing Storm on himself, so he needs a 3+ for that to go off, which it does, and it heals a D3 wounds, which is 1 wound, so he's up to 3 wounds. And now the movement phase, the Prosecutors are going to move up 12 inches. Now the Lord Relictor here is going to run forward, so that's 4 inches plus D6, so he can move 6 inches. And now this unit of Liberators here is going to run also, so they've got a 5-inch base move plus 5, so that's 10 inches. And now the Lord Celestin on Dracoth is going to move 10 inches up here. And next, the Lord Castellan is going to run, so that's 5 inches plus 1.
So that's 6 inches. Up here. And the Gryph-hound's just going to move up. He's got 9-inch move, he's just going to move up here.
And now the Liberator's here is going to run, so that's 5 inches plus 2, so that's 7 inches. So that's the end of the movement phase, and he's chosen not to bring in Lightning Strike in the Retributors, so we're into the shooting phase. So the Prosecutors here are going to throw their Celestial Hammers at the Blood Warriors, so that's 6 attacks, hitting on 4s. That is 2 hits. and wounding on 4s as well.
Okay.
That's 2 wounds.
So no rend.
And no rend, so that is a 4+ save. So that's 1 wound. So 1 blood warrior is down to 1. Next, Dracoth is going to use his Storm Breath, and he's going to place it just in front of the Reavers there. So on a 4+, that is a D3 mortal wounds. So no, that doesn't go off. So that's shooting over and into the charge phase. And the prosecutors here are going to attempt to charge the blood warriors. So they need 13 on 3d6. Which they don't make, they make 11, so that's a failed charge. They stay where they are. And there's no combat to do and no battle shock, so we are into round 2, battle round 2. So we're rolling to see who picks start in battle round 2, 4 for the chaos and 6 for the hammers.
Okay, so I will go first.
Okay, hammers. So we're rolling to see if any of these geysers blow up or which one of them blows up. So let's see what we get. It is okay, cock, roll again. It's a 2, which is that one again.
Lord Relictor.
Okay,
so he takes D3 mortal wounds.
That's so 2 wounds. Down to 1 wound from 3. So start the hero phase, and the Lord Relictor is going to cast Healing Storm again on himself. So 3+, which he doesn't make, so he can't heal anything up. And next, Vandus Hammerhand is going to cast his command ability, which is called Lord of the Host, and that gives immunity to battle shock within 24 inches. And next, the Lord Castellan, he's going to use his Warding Lantern on the unit of Liberators here. So now they can add 1 to their save rolls, and if they get a 7, they can heal a wound. So start the movement phase, and the Retributors, they have Lightning Striked in, 9 inches away from the Blood Warriors, just there. And now the Prosecutors, they're just going to edge forward, but they're going to stay more than 12 inches away from the Blood Warriors so that they still get the Flaming Attack special rule from the Realm of Fire, which means they can reroll 1s to wound, which is quite nice. And now the Lord Relictor is going to move into the middle there. He's just trying to stay away from them geysers after all the damage he's took in the last 2 turns. And now this unit of Liberators are going to run, so that's 5 inches plus 5, so that's 10 inches. And I think they're just going to move up in front of the Lord Relictor to kind of protect him, because he's on 1 wound and he could quite easily be killed. And now the Liberators are going to run forward, so that's 5 inches plus 4, that's 9 inches. And next, Vandus is just going to move up, keeping the battle line intact here. And now the Lord Castellan and his Gryph-hound are going to move up. And there we go. And that's a movement over. So now the Prosecutors here, they're going to throw their hammers, Celestial Hammers, at the Blood Warriors again. So that's 6 attacks hitting on 4s here. And they can reroll 1s because of their special rule. So that is... Wow, that is no hits. That was a terrible shooting phase. And now Dracoth is going to use his Storm Breath on the unit of Blood Reavers here, so that's 4+, which it doesn't go off, so no damage in the shooting phase. So we're into the charge phase, and the Retributors here are going to try and charge the Blood Warriors, so that a 9 or more. Ooh, and they just miss on an 8, so they stay where they are. And there's no more charges to declare and no battle shock to take, so it's the end of battle round 2 for the Hammers of Sigmar. So start off turn 2 for the chaos, and let's see which geyser blows up. So it is number 5, which is this center one. Nice. Ooh. So that's a D3 mortal wounds on the Castellan here. Okay, which is 1 wound.
So he is
on to 4, yeah. And now a D3 wounds for the Gryph-hound, the Lord Castellan's Gryph-hound, which is 2 wounds, which so puts him down to 1. And now a D3 wounds for the Liberators here, which is 1 wound.
So one of them is down to 1 wound?
Yeah, one of them is on 1 wound here. And lastly, Vandus. And that is 1 wound. Okay. So he's down to
6 wounds.
6 wounds. And next I'm rolling for my ritual, so to see how many points I get there, and the Lord Relictor is within 36 inches, so it's -1 here, which is 2, so I've now got 3 points of ritual completed. And I'm going to put down my Portal of Skulls again here, and next the Bloodstoker here is going to whip the Blood Reavers again, and lastly Korghus Khul will cast Inspiring Presence on the Blood Reavers here. So that is the end of the hero phase. I'm not actually going to move anything. I'm going to stay where I am again, and I don't have any shooting, and I'm also not going to charge anything. So it's into battle round 3. So rolling to see who starts battle round 3 is a 5 for Chaos and a 1 for Hammers Sigmar. So Chaos to go first. So let's see which geyser blows up, and it is a 1. So that's this one here, and yeah, there's nothing in range of that, so nothing happens for once. And now let's see how much of the ritual we complete. So it's d6 -1 is 4, so now we're up to 7. And I'll cast my Portal of Skulls, and Korghus Khul will use Inspiring Presence on the Reavers. And my Bloodstoker will whip the Reavers again. And yet again, my guys, they're not going to move, they're just going to hold this defensive position, and there's no shooting in range, so it's straight into battle round 3 for the Hammers of Sigmar. So let's see which geyser blows up here. And it is a 6, so we re-roll that. And it's a 1, so
that one
again the geyser does nothing. And now the hero phase, the Lord Relictor is going to cast Healing Storm on himself, so on a 3+, he heals a d3 mortal wounds and a d3 mortal wounds.
So he's up to 4 wounds.
Yeah, he healed himself 3 there, so he's back up to 4. And now Vandus Hammerhand casting his Lord of the Host command ability. And now the Lord Castellan is going to cast Warding Lantern on these Liberators here. So they get a +1 to their save. And into the movement, and the Retributors are going to move 4 inches. Getting ready for a charge here on the Blood Warriors. And now the Liberators are going to move up to within 3 inches of the Reavers here. And the Lord Relictor is going to move 5 inches. And now Vandus is going to move up to within 3 inches of the Reavers. And the Liberators here are going to move 5 inches towards the Reavers. Getting ready for a big charge here. And the Lord Castellan's moving 5. And the Gryph-hound's going to follow. So into the shooting phase, and the Prosecutors are going to attack the Blood Warriors again. So 6 attacks hitting on 4s, and can reroll 1s. So that is 4 hits. Now wounding on a 4+, and because of flaming attacks, he can reroll 1s here. So that is 1 wound. And
1 save for you.
1 save, and no rend, so it's a 4+, which he doesn't make. So
this guy's actually removed.
Yeah, 1 Blood Warrior is dead. And now Dracoth's going to use his Storm Breath just in between the 2 units here. So a 4+ for the Blood Warriors, which it doesn't make, and the Reavers, which it doesn't make, so nothing there. So into the charge phase, and the Retributors are going to charge the Blood Warriors here, so they need a 4+ to make it into combat, which they do. 9, so all 3 of them move in. Now the Prosecutors are going to try and charge the Blood Warriors, so they need 13 to make it on 3d6, which they don't do, so they stay where they are. Now the Liberators here, they're going to make a charge, so a 3+ to reach it, which they do, so they move in. And now the Lord Relictor is going to charge the Reavers, so he needs a 9 here, which he makes on an 11, so Lord Relictor is in there. And now Vandus charging the Reavers, so he needs a 3, which he makes. So in he goes. Now Lord Castellan's going to try and charge the Reavers, so he needs 7 or more, which he makes.
Just.
So in he goes. And now the Gryph-hound is going to charge the Reavers, so it needs 8. So no, it doesn't make it. And finally the last unit of Liberators here, so they need 3 or more to get in, which they make. So the Reavers are going to get mauled here. So we're into the combat, and there's a lot of fighting to do in this round. So we're going to start over here with the Retributors against the Blood Warriors. So they've got 7 attacks and they're hitting on 3s. Any 6s do 2 mortal wounds instantly.
Okay.
So that is 5 hits. Wounding on 3s. So that is 4 wounds.
So you have 4 or 5 plus saves to make because -1 rend.
Yep, so 4 or 5 plus saves. Wow! And it makes all of them. So that no damage from the mighty Retributors. So the Blood Warriors are going to pile in and attack back the Retributors. So because we made 4 saves, because of Gorefist, we roll a dice for each save that has been made, and on a roll of a 6, it does 1 mortal wound back to the attacker. So no 6s, so nothing there. So hitting back here, we've got 2 attacks normally and 3 for the champion, and because we're within 12 inches of the Portal of Skulls, we get an extra attack. So that's 13 attacks, and we're hitting on 3s. And we are wounding on 4s. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds, and there's no rend there.
So it's a 4 plus save.
So 4 plus save. And 1 wound.
1 wound on a
It's down to 2 wounds. Okay, so now the Lord Relictor is just going to pile in, just move around a little bit, make some space for the Liberators. So the Lord Relictor here, 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. So that is 1 hit, wounding on 3s. That's 1 wound, and there's no save, so we just take a model off. So now the Blood Reavers are going to start piling in, so I'm going to move 3 inches. Going to move this guy up here. Okay, so the Reavers are piled in. We'll start with the Reavers who are in base to base with the Liberators here. So we've got 5 models, and they get an extra attack for the Portal of Skulls, and then they get an extra attack because they're within 12 inches of a totem. So 3 attacks each, so that's 15 attacks, hitting on 4s, and we can reroll 1s here. Let's reroll these 1s. So that was 9 attacks hit, and we're wounding on 4s here. So that is 4 wounds, and there's no rend, so Liberator's save is 4 plus.
They can reroll 1s because of their shield.
Okay. So that's 1 wound on these Liberators. And now these 2, the champion and the standard bearer, attacking Vandus. So we've got 4 attacks here, 3 here, so that's 7 attacks, hitting on 4s.
Reroll 1s.
Yeah, and reroll 1s. Wounding on 4s. So that's 2 wounds and no rend, so 3 plus save for Vandus. So that's 1 wound on Vandus.
5 wounds.
Yeah, so he's on 5. And now this 6 Blood Reavers here attacking the Liberators. So we've got 18 attacks, hitting on 4s and reroll 1s. So I can reroll this one. Ooh, that's a lot of 2s and 3s. So we're wounded on 4s. So 3 wounds, no rend.
4 plus.
4 plus save for the Liberators.
They can add 1 for the Warding Lantern, and they can reroll 1s.
Okay. So
3. So
these 2.
yeah. So they take
2 wounds.
So he's dead, and 1 on this guy.
Okay, so 1 Liberator dead and 1 down to 1 wound. So the Liberator is piling in here, 3 inches to maximize attacks. And now these Liberators are attacking the Reavers, so that is 11 attacks, hitting on 4s. Only 3 hits. Wounding on 4s.
3s.
Oh, sorry, 3s, yeah. That's 3 wounds, and 3 are dead, because they don't have any save. And now Vandus Hammerhand, so because he charged, he gets an extra D3 attacks, so that is, yeah, Tempestuous Hammer, he gets 1 extra attack, so that's 4 attacks.
Hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s. So that's 3 hits, wounding on 4 hits, wounding on 2s. That is 3 D3 damage each, which is 7. So that's 7 people dead. Wow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now Dracoth, 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Wounding on
3s.
3s, which he does.
So 1 dead.
That's 1 dead. And now the Lord Castellan, so he has 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. 1 hit, wounding on 3s. Yep, and that's 2 damage. 2 damage, so another 2 are dead. And the Liberators here are going to pile in. So now the 4 Liberators here and the champion, so that's 9 attacks, hitting on 4s.
Wounding on 3s.
4 hits. And wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds.
So 2 more dead.
So that is the end of the combat, and the Blood Reavers have been pretty destroyed into the Battle Shock, and the Reavers were immune because of the Portal of Skulls and Inspiring Presence, and because of Lord Vandus's
Lord of the Host.
Yeah, Lord of the Host. There's no Battle Shocks to take, so that is the end of round 3. So into battle round 4 here, and let's see who starts. So for the Chaos, we've got a 3 and a 6 for the Hammers. So
I will start.
Okay. So start battle round 4 for the Hammers, and let's see which geyser blows up here. So number 6 will reroll. Number 4, which is
that one.
One just here. Wow. So first the D3 mortal wounds for the Korghus here, which is 1 more wound, so he's down to 6. Now D3 wounds for the Liberators here. Mortal wounds, so that's 2.
So he's dead, and this guy.
Yeah, he's dead, and 1's on 1 wound. And now the Blood Reavers, they take a D3 mortal wounds, which is 3 wounds.
So they're all dead.
They're actually wiped out by the geyser. Pretty unlucky. Now the Lord Castellan here, D3 mortal wounds. 3 wounds, so he's down to 1 wound. Wow, these geezers are really taking their toll. And next the Lord Relictor is going to cast Healing Storm on the Castellan here.
So 3 plus?
3 plus, which it makes, so D3 wounds. 2 wounds, so he's back up to 3. And next Vandus is going to cast Lord of the Host. And the Lord Castellan is going to use his Warding Lantern on Vandus to give him a +1 to his save. I'll start the movement, and the Prosecutors are going to move up to within 3 inches of the Blood Warriors. So next the Lord Relictor is going to move up to within 3 inches. It's a little bit off the hill there, but we'll just place him there so he doesn't fall over. And now the Liberators are going to move up to within 3 inches of Korghus Khul. So we'll just place him at the bottom of the hill, and we'll say that's 3 inches. And now Vandus is moving up to within 3. And now the Liberators are going to move to within 3 inches of the Korghus. And now the Castellan's moving up. And the Castellan's trusty Gryph-hound's going to move up, and he's got movement of 9, so he can get within 3 inches of the Castellan. Because he gets an extra 2 attacks in close combat if he's within 3 inches of the Castellan. So start the shooting, and the Prosecutors are going to shoot the Blood Warriors here. So 4 plus to hit.
Okay, I can reroll 1s.
Yeah, reroll 1s. So that's 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. That's 3 wounds.
So no rend, so 4 plus saves.
4 plus saves. That's 1 save, 2 failed saves, so that's 1 of these Blood Warriors dead. And next, Dracoth is going to use Storm Breath and put it just in between Threx and Korghus Khul. So that's a 4 plus for Threx. Nope, and for Korghus Khul, 4 plus. Yep, so that's a D3 mortal wounds. 1 wound, so he's down to 5 wounds. And into the charge phase, so the Prosecutors are going to charge the Blood Warriors, so 3 dice, and it's 3 plus, so it automatically makes it, and they're in there. And now the Lord Relictor is going to charge Korghus Khul, so he needs a 3 plus, which he makes, so in he goes. And now the Liberators there, they need a 3 to get to Korghus Khul, which they make on a 6. We'll just move these Liberators to the bottom of the hill, but yeah, during the pile-in we'll put them around. Now Vandus is charging Korghus, so a 3 plus, which he makes, so up he goes. So now the Lord Castellan charging the Korghrath, so 3+. And next the Gryph-hound, so we need a 4+ here, which he makes, so in goes the little Gryph-hound. And now the Liberators are charging as well, so they need a 3. Oh, which they fail.
Wow.
So Liberators stay where they are. So we're into the combat phase, and Vandus is going to strike first against Korghus Khul. So D3 extra attacks because he charged. That's 2 attacks, so he has
5 attacks.
5 Tempestos hammer attacks.
3+ to hit.
Yep, hitting on 3s here. So that is 4 hits. And wounding on 2s. So that is 3 wounds.
Make the saves.
And any rend?
Yep, there is -1 rend.
Okay, -1 rend, so that's 4+ save. Oh, so that's 2 failed saves.
So that's 2d3 damage.
Yep, and that 2d3 damage is
Okay, so
4 wounds.
So he's down to...
He was on 5 wounds.
Yeah, so he's down to 1 wound.
Yeah, it's down to 1. And actually, Korghus Khul gets an extra +1 to his saves for being in a terrain piece, but it wouldn't make any difference because he still rolled 2 1s on the save. Now Dracoth's attacking Korghus Khul, so that's 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits, wounding on 3s. So no wounds, so Korghus survives. So next, Korghus is going to strike Vandus back. So let's start with his Axe of Khorne. So he has 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Wow, only 1 wound.
Okay, any rend?
Actually, he gets an extra attack because of the Portal of Skulls. So let's do the extra attack, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. So that's 2 wounds.
Okay, any rend?
And a rend of -1.
Okay.
So that is...
but I'm in cover, so it's gets his 3+
in
save.
cover, so a normal 3+ save.
Wow.
Ooh, and he fails 2, and that does D3 damage, so 2d3 damage is 3 wounds.
So he is down to 2 wounds.
Yep, Vandus down to 2 wounds. And also because he's took a wound and Korghus has a reality splitting axe at the end of the combat, on a 5+, Vandus will get pulled into the warp and slain. And now for the Fleshhound's Blood Dark Claws. So I've got 4 attacks here on Vandus, hitting on 3s and wounding on 4s. So no wound, and does he get an extra attack because of the Portal of Skulls?
Yeah.
I guess he does as well. So that hits on a 3, wounds on a 4, which it does, and no rend, so 2+ save because you cover. So
wow. So
1 more wound, so he's down to 1 wound. So next, the Liberators are going to attack Korghus Khul. So we've got 11 attacks here, hitting on 3s. Roll that top one again. So that is wounding on 3s. 4 wounds.
Yes.
And any rend?
No rend.
So saving on a 2+. And 1 wound. So that is Korghus Khul is dead. The Warlord has been slain. Next, the Bloodsecrator is going to attack the Lord Relictor. So he's got normally 4 attacks +1 for the portal, so 5 attacks hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, 3 wounds with a -1 rend.
Okay, so he's in cover, so this is
Yep.
normal 3+.
3+ save. So that is 2 wounds
So
on
he's
the
down to 2
Relictor.
wounds.
So he's down to 2. So next we're moving over to the Retributors here, who are attacking the Blood Warriors. So we have, how many attacks?
7 attacks.
7 attacks hitting on 3s. That is, wow, 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. No wounds.
Wow.
So that was pretty useless combat there. So next, the Blood Warriors are going to attack the Prosecutors. So we have 10 attacks, and we're hitting on 3s. 10 attacks because we get an extra 1 for the Portal of Skulls. So that is 7 hits, wounding on 4s. So that is 4 wounds with no rend.
Okay, so 4+ save.
4+ save for the Prosecutors. And that is 1 wound, so one of them is down to 1 wound. And next we have the Lord Castellan here attacking the Korghus. So he has 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's 3 hits, also wounding on 3s. So that is 1 wound, and there's a -1 rend on that. So save of 5+, which I don't make, so he's down to 5 wounds.
4 because it does 2 damage.
Two damage, so 4 wounds. So the Korghus gets a +1 to his attacks for the Portal of Skulls. So his Claws and Fangs, that's 6 attacks, hitting on 3s against the Castellan. That is 4 hits. We are wounding on 3s, or yep, 3s also. That is 2 wounds. And -1 rend, so
he's only got 3+, so it's going to be 4+.
4+ save here. So
he's down to 2 wounds.
Yep, 2 wounds on the Castellan. And next we have the Gryph-hound here, so he's going to be attacking the Korghus. And because he is within 3 inches of the Lord Castellan, he gets 4 attacks rather than 2. So that's 4 attacks hitting on 3s. 3 hits.
That's cool.
Okay, reroll it then, if you want. 3 hits, wounding on 4s. 2 wounds and 4+ save. There's no rend. So that's 1 more wound on the Korghus. So he's down to 3 wounds. So now the Lord Relictor up here is going to attack Threx. So that is 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds and -1 rend. So because I'm in cover, I get a +1 to my save. So that's a 3+ save. Ooh, failed both of them. So that's 2 damage.
3 wounds.
Yep, down to 3 wounds. And now the 3 prosecutors here attacking the Blood Warriors. So that's 7 attacks, hitting on 3s.
I can reroll 1s.
Yep, you can reroll 1s for Celestial Hammers. So that is 5 hits. Wounding on 3s. Oh, so that's 5 wounds. And my save is a 4+, but there's no rend, so 4+ save. So 1 saved, 4 go through, and
so that's 2 dead.
Yeah, that's 2 dead. 1 successful save, let's roll that. On a 6 it does 1 mortal wound back,
yep.
Which it doesn't. So because of no respite, before they die they get to attack the prosecutors. So that's 2 models, 6 attacks, and we're hitting on 3s, which is 2 hits, wounding on 4s, 1 wound, and no rend, so 4+ save, which he makes, so nothing there, and 2 models. So that is the end of the combat phase, and now we're going to see whether Vandus gets sucked into the warp from Korghus's reality splitting axe. So 5+ and he's dead.
Yay!
He lives to fight. So start a battle round 4 for the Chaos, and let's see which geyser blows up. That is 4, which is
that one over there.
This one over here.
So Korghus and
so
Liberator.
Let's start with D3 wounds for the Liberators here, mortal wounds. That's 1 wound, so one of them is down to 1 wound. The Gryph-hound takes 1 mortal wound, so that's 3 wounds. Or sorry, D3 mortal wounds. He was only on 1 wound, so he's dead. Now the Lord Castellan takes the D3 mortal wounds. He's only got 2 left. Wow, so that's 3 mortal wounds. The Lord Castellan has been blown up by a geyser. And the Korghus here is on 3 wounds. He takes 2 wounds, so he's down to 1 wound. And rolling to see how much of the ritual I complete in this battle round. So that's 6 minus 1, so that's 5, which puts me on 12. So need another 8 to complete the ritual. So hero phase, and Threx is going to put down his Portal of Skulls once again. Okay, so movement, and the Bloodstoker is going to move up to within... Actually, before the movement, the Bloodstoker is going to whip the Korghus here. And then into movement, and Bloodstoker is going to move up to within 3 inches, and so is the Korghus. So that's all the movement done, and now into the shooting, and the Korghus is going to shoot at Vandus with his bone tentacles. So 3 attacks hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 4s. Ooh, no wounds, so nothing there. Into the charge phase, so the Korghus needs a 3 to get to Vandus, but he got +3 from the been whipped, right?
Yeah,
So he auto makes it, but yeah, he makes it. Korghrath's in combat. And now the Bloodstoker is going to charge the Vandus as well, so that's 6 inches, so he makes it. So we are going to start the combat here with the Korghrath attacking Vandus, and Vandus is only on 1 wound, so if we kill him, he'll have a second chance to make his Lord Relictor a general, but we've got Threx over there that can maybe kill him as well. So this is important combat here. So we've got +1 attack for the Portal of Skulls, so we've got 6 attacks. We're hitting on 3s. All hit. We're wounding on 3s. That is 5 wounds, and there's a -1 rend, but he gets a +1 to save for being in cover. So that's a 3+ save, and 5 of them to make. Vandus,
I'm not feeling confident.
Vandus is going down here.
Oh, he's
and
dead.
he's dead. So Vandus is removed. And now I guess you're nominating.
Yeah,
you can nominate any other hero to be your general or your second
Lord
in command,
Relictor.
and it has to be the Lord Relictor. So he's still the general. So now the Lord Relictor is going to attack Threx here, the Bloodsecrator. So that is 3 attacks hitting, or sorry, 4 attacks hitting on 3s. That is 4 hits, wounding on 3s. 3 wounds and
-1 rend.
-1 rend, but
cover.
I'm in cover, so 3+ save. And that's 2 wounds.
So he's down to 1 wound.
Down to 1 wound. Okay, and now the Bloodsecrator is going to hit back here on the Lord Relictor. And if I kill him, that's his second general dead, so I instantly win a major victory here. So the Portal of Skulls gives me an extra attack, so that's 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. Ooh, 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
Okay.
And a -1 rend, but you get +1 save for your cover,
Yep.
so 3+ save.
3+.
And that's
Okay,
1
so
wound.
he's down to 1 wound.
So they're both on 1 wound. Lucky escape. Next Liberators are going to pile in, and on Threx Skullbrand here, try and finish him off. There's 2 Liberators that can attack Threx there, so that's 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s because it'll lay low the Tyrant, so that's 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. 3 wounds, and
No
there's
rend.
no rend, so he's on a 2+ save. Ooh, and he takes 2
Wow.
wounds, so Threx is dead. So my Blood Warrior champion here is going to attack the Prosecutors, so that's 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Ooh, and none of them hit.
Oh, bad roll.
And now the
Okay.
Retributors are piling in. So we've got 2 Retributors, including the champion there, so hitting on
3s.
3s. Ooh, and that's a 6, so that
he's-
does 2 mortal wounds instantly.
He's dead.
Okay, but before he dies, he gets to do an extra attack because of Gore Tide. So, or Gore Fists, or no Respite, sorry. So that's 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s, 1 wound with no rend,
It's a 3+. 4+, sorry.
4+,
Okay, so he is down to 1 wound, this guy.
1 wound on the rest. So that brings us to the end of Battle Round 4 and into Battle Round 5 here. So if the Hammers of Sigmar start, because they're generals within 3 inches of the Realmgate, on a 2+, they
Shatter the realm.
they stop the ritual and they instantly win a major victory. Now if the Chaos get this turn, I can potentially kill his Lord Relictor, which is his second in command, because he's on 1 wound, and if that happens, the Chaos win a major victory. So let's see who starts Battle Round 5. So for the Chaos, ooh, we get a 6. And for the Hammers,
Whoa.
they get a 5. So it's Chaos to go first. So rolling to see how much of the ritual we complete this battle round. It's 3. So now
-1.
we're up, yeah, -1 for the Lord Relictor. So that is, we're up to 14. And now to see which geyser blows up. That is 1, which is this one. So it doesn't do damage to anybody. So my Bloodstoker is going to whip the Korghrath. And I can't really move around to charge the Relictor because I'd have to move within 3 inches of these 2 units. So he's just going to stay where he is, and it's all down to the shooting whether I can kill him or not. So into the shooting phase. So now the Korghrath's bone tentacles, and The range is 6 inches, which he can make on the Relictor. And that's 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, 2 hits. It's wounding on 4s, and he can reroll 1s because he's been whipped. So that is 1 wound. And it's, well, it's a 2+ save for
2+ save. If I roll a 1 here, you win the game.
Yeah, so let's see what happens. And a 6, so he's okay. So into the charge phase, and it's the bitter end, so I'm going to charge in here, charge at the Liberators with my Korghus and Bloodstoker. So let's start with the Korghus. We need 3+, which he makes. So Korghus moves in there.
His charge anyway because of the whip.
Yeah. And the Bloodstoker, we need 3+, which we make. So the Korghus attacking the Liberators here. So he's got 5 attacks, and they're hitting on 3s. And they are wounding on 3s, rerollable 1s. So that is 1 wound. And there is a rend of -1.
So 5+. Oh no, but he's in.
Yeah, he's in cover, so 4+.
They can reroll 1s because of their shield.
So that's 1 wound, and one of them is dead. So now the Liberators to pile in. So the Liberators are attacking the Korghus now, so 3s to hit. So, ooh, they all hit. To wound is 3s. And all except 1 wound. And 4+ save, is it? There's no rend, so saving on 4s. Or 3s, sorry.
He rolled a 1, so he's dead anyway because he was only one wound.
Yeah, so Korghus is dead. Now the Bloodstoker's piling in, and he's going to be attacking with his Torture Blade, so that's 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, 2 hits, wounding on 3s, 2 wounds, and no rend, so
that's going to be 3+.
3+ save, so he saved both of them. Now the Blood Whip, 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, 2 hits, wounding on 4s, 2 wounds, no rend, so 3s to save again. So that's 2 wounds, so
one more dead.
One of them is dead. So that is the combat over, and that is the end of battle round 5 for the Chaos, because there's no battle shock test to take here. So the start of round 5 for the Hammer's Sigmar, and on a 2+, because the Lord Relictor, who's the warlord of the Hammer's Sigmar, because he's within 3 inches of the Realmgate, on a 2+, he disrupts the ritual, and the Hammers win a major victory. So important roll here.
Wow!
Ooh.
Hammers win.
And the Hammers Sigmar win the game. They've disrupted the ritual. They've destroyed most of the chaos, and their mission has been accomplished. So into the post-match. That was a really fun game. It really came down to luck at the end a little bit.
Was tight.
Yep, getting Vandus, or removing him, I thought maybe if I could have got Threx to kill your Lord Relictor, then I'd get the instant major victory.
Yeah, I really thought you were going to kill my Lord Relictor at the end there. He was only on 1 wound, but the Korghus missile attacks aren't that good apparently.
Yeah, but no, that was a really fun scenario. Like, I loved it how the battle lines came together. It looked pretty cool with the hill and the Realmgate.
Yeah, proper battle line.
Staged quite nicely. I was taking so much damage though. Like when you charged my Reavers with all them units and just decimated the entire unit in one combat phase.
Well, yeah, I had two units of Liberators, my Lord Castellan and Vandus attacking 1 unit of Reavers. So yeah, what do you expect really?
But it was a great game. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and there'll be more of these scenarios to come. So thanks for watching, and if you liked this video, please like and subscribe or comment below, and we'll see you next time. So thanks a lot, guys.
See ya. Bye.